Welcome back to the Legal Brief, the show where we crush the various legal myths and misinformation surrounding various areas of the gun world. I'm your host, Adam Kraut, and today we're talking about Vermont stripping its citizens of their right to keep and bear arms.
Neomag offers a slick solution to discreetly carrying a spare magazine securely in your pocket. Available in small, medium, and large to hold anything from .380 to 10 mil. Also now available are the extended clip versions, which allow you to carry deeper in your pocket or carry your spare mag with an extension. Utilizing strong neodymium magnets, a steel backer, and titanium clips, these things are built to last. To get 10% off your order over at theneomag.com, use the code TGC2018.
Last week, Vermont Governor Phil Scott signed a variety of anti-gun measures into law. This comes just a short time after Florida implemented a number of similar provisions. For those of you who are not really familiar with what Vermont is or where, it's the tiny state that's next to New Hampshire, and it's known for things like constitutional carry, maple syrup, the banned fish, and a crack highway patrol.
You want to know why I pulled you over? Littering. Now to teach you boys a lesson, Officer Rabbit and I are going to stand here while you three smoke the whole bag.
You boys like Mexico? Yeah!
Even though Vermont has always been somewhat liberal in nature, its gun laws were rather unintrusive. That is, until Governor Scott signed these three bills into law. With the signing of Senate Bill 55, Vermontonians can no longer buy rifle magazines which hold more than 10 rounds and are barred from pistol magazines holding more than 15 rounds. The ban also prevents individuals from buying them online or out of state, so you don't get that Maryland loophole there. The bill does have a grandfather provision in it, which allows individuals to keep magazines they had prior to the law going into effect. For those of you that missed it, Rob Curtis from Recoil Magazine teamed up with Magpul, and they gave away over 1,200 PMags to law-abiding citizens prior to this law going into effect. And as always, there is a provision that has an exception for law enforcement. This one includes retired law enforcement as well.
I'm too old for this.
As you may have guessed, with the trending hysteria over a good time or waste of ammunition, the bill also banned bumpfire stocks. Owners have until October 1st to dispose of them, or they face up to a year imprisonment and a $1,000 fine. Keeping up with the Joneses, Vermont has now made it illegal for an individual under 21 to exercise their constitutional right by purchasing a firearm. That is, unless they have successfully completed a hunter safety course. You know, because the founding fathers wanted a hunting license as a prerequisite to a pre-existing natural right or something like that. Other notable exceptions to the prohibition are those who are law enforcement or military, including National Guard. Vermontonians will no longer be able to conduct private party transfers without going to a dealer to have them facilitate the transaction with a background check. There's some general exceptions to this rule, immediate family-to-family transfers, and if a person's facing an imminent harm, only while that threat's still imminent. The next bill, Senate Bill 221, establishes extreme risk protection orders, which can deprive an individual of their ability to keep and bear arms. Similar to Florida, a petition has to be filed with the court. The order cannot be granted without notice to the respondent. That's the person the petition is being brought against, and a hearing except in certain circumstances. Those exceptions require a motion to be filed with the court, and if the petitioner shows by preponderance of the evidence, which is the lowest standard, that the individual is an imminent threat to themselves or others, the court will issue the order ex parte. That means the person it is against is not present. The court then has 14 days to hold a hearing to give that person an opportunity to be heard, and that's assuming the order hasn't been abandoned beforehand. Orders issued prevent individuals from purchasing, possessing, receiving, or having dangerous weapons, which the law defines as explosives or firearms. Lastly, House Bill 422 authorizes police to confiscate firearms when they arrest, cite, or obtain an arrest warrant for a person for domestic assault. Now, this only applies if the firearm is in the immediate possession or control of the person being arrested, is in plain view, or discovered during a lawful search, including one under exigent circumstances. Caveat here is that the removal has to be for the safety of the officer, person being arrested, or victim. The courts are required to issue an order releasing the firearms after that person's been arraigned, unless that firearm is evidence, the court orders relinquishment, that person's prohibited, or the court imposes conditions that the person can't possess firearms. Once again, we are seeing a state almost enthusiastically shut down the rights of law-abiding citizens in the name of the illusion of safety. With this trend occurring nationwide, it's imperative you remain vigilant in your home state. This can be stopped, but not without you and your fellow citizens getting out there and actually getting involved beyond the comment section of a YouTube video. If you're a Pennsylvanian and want to make your voice heard, join us in Harrisburg on April 30th at 10 a.m. in the rotunda of the Capitol building. We'll be attending the annual Pennsylvania Right to Keep and Bear Arms rally to let these politicians know that we're not going to accept any new gun laws here in PA. Are you sick of bad information finding its way around the internet? Then you need to share this video. Make sure you hit that like button and get subscribed. If you enjoyed the video, consider supporting us via the links down in the video description. If you're looking for a longer version of the video that we make here on TGC, check out the Gun Collective podcast on iTunes. And as always, thanks for watching.
The shirts worn in today's video on the Gun Collective have been provided by Patriot Patch. Closed captions have also been brought to you by Patriot Patch Company. Be sure to click the link in the video description to check out all of their great products, including their cleaning mats.